We are in OpenStack Day in Canada, the first one. We're going to discuss with Konstantin about Linux Foundation testimony today about OpenStack. Could you explain who you are, Konstantin, and what you've done? You've done with OpenStack?
I'm head of the system administration team at the Linux Foundation. Linux Foundation hosts a lot of projects, development efforts that deal with OpenStack and work with OpenStack. Open Daylight, for example, is not technically part of OpenStack, but it is also an implementation that works, it provides SDN level networking for OpenStack. So it's one of the projects Linux Foundation. Another project is OPNFV, for example, which takes parts of SDN implementations and NFV implementations and tries to package them as a package deal product sort of way. And the Linux Foundation hosts development environment for them. So we have, say, the code that we need to then test out via Jenkins, via spinning out builders, spinning out all that stuff. This is where OpenStack comes in. Both Open Daylight and OpenFV use, OpenFV to a lesser degree, but Open Daylight uses OpenStack every day via their builders at Rackspace. Rackspace private cloud uses OpenStack, slightly modified version of OpenStack, I understand. But this is basically the way we currently utilize OpenStack. We don't use it for VM hosting itself and hosting the actual services, but the whole CI infrastructure of almost every project that we have at the Linux Foundation uses OpenStack for its CI needs.
What's your vision with the use you have today with OpenStack for the next months or next years?
For Linux Foundation, our use of OpenStack is fairly straightforward. So we don't really need dramatic improvement in technology itself. Maybe improvements in stability, maybe improvements in some of the client access to it. I know a lot of push for OpenStack is tighter integration with containers and with container orchestration technologies. For us, it is less important simply because containers don't really exactly answer our needs for what we need to do. But I believe that's, for the Linux Foundation, really is just the increase in stability, maybe increase in scalability so we can add more storage and spin up more VMs and stuff.
In the area we're talking about, where you could find some information, do you have specific link to share information?
About OpenStack?
About your OpenNFV, your implementation you have today. We're looking on linuxfoundation.com, and after you...
No, normally this is not stuff that is very public. It's if you look at each project information, they have sort of details of how their CI stack is implemented. So you would go to each project's wiki, and you would probably list how exactly they do their CI implementation. Not every project uses OpenStack. Some of the projects, like OpenFV, they use a lot of hardware-based testing, so we actually host hardware for them. But a lot of other projects, especially those that don't have a hardware component or virtualization component, that they actually want to just make sure that their code builds, that their integration tests run, that their performance tests still complete, that's where we heavily utilize OpenStack.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, and see you, I hope, the next time in the next OpenStack Day in Toronto too.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thanks.